Unfortunately got hurt a little bit in our abduction mission, but the game wants us to do one of the council missions right now, so I suppose we are going. So let's take a look. Who could act as a step-in? She might make a good candidate for our recently injured assault.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
We're heading into China for the next operation.
Here we go.
The council report indicates that a team of combat engineers, led by one Sergeant Carlock, has discovered environmental contamination caused by the aliens. He's going to need an evac near the other end of that pier. As always,
so, as always, in any of the extraction missions, we definitely want our guys to cover the back for the first 3 to 4 rounds, because that is where scripted thin man drops will happen. It is the same on the laboratory, it's the same on any of these maps. So let us keep our overwatch.
Strike One, we've got a wave of X-rays closing on your location. Eyes up.
Here we go. That's the first one. Let's feed our sniper a couple of kills. And get back on Overwatch.
Our infrastructure. Water treatment, electrical substations, transportation, anything they can do to slow us down.
Still being on Overwatch.
Organic material in one of the local reservoirs. Who knows what it'll do if people drink that water. Get me out of here in one piece and your people can analyze these samples.
And there's the second thin man. Well, guys, 4 hits. I am impressed indeed. Let's do a little reloading, shall we? And off we go. Now, next up, we are going to check for potential spawns. Let's use our usual strategy. So this room is empty. This room indeed is also empty. So what we are going to do is A, we're going to go in, and B, we are indeed going to open these rooms to make sure that none of the pods are teleporting in. Because as you know, if you haven't discovered a location, there is a chance of aliens teleporting in, which we definitely do not want to happen here.
That's affirmative.
I've got my eyes on.
Alright. Now, interestingly enough, there's an alien here. Solo alien means it is going to be a thin man.
That's affirmative.
So let's see if we trigger something. That's not the case, right?
Roger, Dodger.
So let's get into position. Make sure as soon as we trigger, we can take care about that thin man. Alright. Let's further check the area. There's nothing here, no pick here, no one here. Right, it's just like that one guy.
Enemy spotted.
But there is a flock of sectoids which are crawling the front yard. I don't like it, to be honest. Now that would take care of 2 out of 3. There's still a last one to take care about. But with the thin man near us, I need to either be a little bit more defensive and let them come, but there's also full cover, or, second alternative, I am indeed going to be aggressive, killing both of them in this turn. At the expense of my rocket, of course. I wouldn't consider 2 sectoids to be a value trade for rocket, but since both of them are in full cover, it's also a question of alternative options that are available currently. And I guess that's rather limited. Let's take the shot. It opens up a lot of room.
On Overwatch.
Thinking about whether or not a smoke grenade is already necessary, but both of them have sufficient hit points, so they should be okay. Let's instead think about how we want to trigger that guy in the next
Heading
round.
there now. Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Come on, kill him. Well done, mate, well done. That was an impressive shot. Good. So, usually I don't really want to use any like explosives to get him down. So he could jump up here, could simply run inside, that would be an option. So I guess I'll trigger it with him still being able to run back, or even run inside. Is this here sufficient movement? Yeah, he could run into full cover if there would be the need for it.
Okay, got something over here.
Okay, that's an interesting position to take your cover, and even more interestingly, I'm only having a limited chance of hitting him really. So this here could be the grenade for 3 damage. I could still move in the heavy to here for a flanking bonus. But let's start with a sniper, and with a decent chance of killing this guy. Damn, that guy is doing some work this round.
I'm rolling.
Okay, so this is full cover with the exception of anyone being on this boat, which obviously is currently not the case. I don't have any issues taking this position. Let's put him here, just in case some drops happen from behind. And now let's simply wait until the gas has dispersed. Good. Advantage, we took down 3 sectoids. Clear disadvantage, we also took down most of our full cover, which is bad.
Into position. Направляюсь на точку.
So this here is really a path which I wouldn't take. I mean, it has an advantage if we go from here then to here. The positioning is really suboptimal.
Rolling out.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. Буду на чеку.
I like the Russian accent of my heavy.
Come get some.
Don't understand a single word of what she's saying, but I guess she has a point. Alright. So, I know that there was a thin man drop around these boxes as soon as I enter. That's for sure. At least I do remember that this was happening. There is no real valid full cover. I could definitely charge here, like this would be super aggressive, however. So I guess I'm not going to do that. Instead, let's take it slow because we still have the smoke grenade up if there would be a need for it. We don't have any rocket anymore, so I'd move here because there is no pod spawn here, which means the aliens could be only here, so I guess that's a good starting cover. Could move the heavy because she has no longer a rocket, which means she can be like interacted with as if she would be a normal soldier. So all of them are in half cover. Slowly advancing here, so the dash could already be an option. Don't want to go here because I know that there are line of sight issues with here.
Roger that.
Instead, I'll just I'll just stay here. Since we've triggered nothing, we can still retain Overwatch. And just for the sake of doing it, let's get the VIP a little bit up to the front. Okay. So far so good. Here's the next real cover. But instead of just taking it with a dash, I would much rather like to go there slow and steady and then really take it.
I'm on the move.
That was the right decision. See, there's the next pack, and we haven't triggered it so far. Very good. So what we could do is move up and already consider our potential positions. If we want to engage them, I'd like to be in full cover, which is here and here. Their vision range is exactly to here, so that's our imaginary line which we do not want to cross. There is no good cover option on this side of the map. This here is decent, this here is very good. So I guess in light of the cover proposition, I think I'm going to do a little switcheroo and try to take both of the sides similarly.
Double time.
Again, we are not on any sort of time pressure here, so we can simply stay calm and get the guys into the right position. These open areas are indeed problematic. This here is line of sight, but it is not the right. It is close though, so this here means that this is the maximum range. Not sure if this would trigger already, so I'm just going here.
Commander.
And let's just retain our positions. I'm thinking about from which side I'd like to trigger them, because they will behave accordingly. If I trigger them from the right hand side, there indeed will be an advantage for us, because they will try to shuffle into this cover most probably. If we approach them from here, they will nearly 100% sure try to run back. So I guess I move her here and get the heavy up front, so she could already take the initial shot. That's also one way of triggering them. But then the heavy would be in half cover, which I do not like. She has the lowest movement though, so I want to take her in first. Good, so let's take it from the right hand side as I was mentioning earlier. Let's take the heavy here. It's our quote-unquote first mover, and that will trigger the pack. Or, differently, also one of the things that we could try to go for this cover and hope that it will not trigger yet. No, this is line of sight and they can clearly see it, they are not stupid. So let's take the full cover and see how they are reacting. Visual group of Ratignia, I like it. Both of them are in half cover, that's interesting. Now I couldn't take any flank on them, that's for sure. This here is also a little bit suboptimal. I would have appreciated to take a better cover spot. This one here could be okayish. Let's see on this side. He could go into half cover, but that wouldn't be enough for a granite throw. That's too far away. But he could go here out of line of sight, which is an interesting proposition, because the sniper could do so as well by being here. So both of them are non-elitable targets then. If I hunker him down and get her inside here, that means the sectoids couldn't hit any of the targets. Might look like a little bit of a lame play at the moment, but they are, if they have no elitable targets, they are going to mind melt, which is killing them, which makes killing them just so much easier. The only unknown variable in my plan is whether or not this here, like this field, is considered to be in vision for him. The way I see it, probably yes, and there are only two fields. This one is in vision of him, and this one is in vision of him. So what we could do with the sniper is we are just going to go into full cover here. I'm pretty sure they are not going to advance because this is too far for them, but we could go into full cover and just overwatch to make sure that nothing